and get into a ladies who list. Atlanta. We got to go ahead and talk about Miss. Should we talk about the interview real quick?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a good
I'm just.
interview. I want to see what the comments are saying. How do you
Yeah,
guys
that's
feel
what I
about the
want.
interview?
Yeah, let us
Right.
know, please. Get to tappity tapping, typing, typing. We
What y'all
definitely
think?
enjoyed it. I know
Yes.
I enjoyed it. It was giving more than what I was expecting it to give.
I
So shout
thoroughly
out to
enjoyed it.
Robin.
Yes, and if y'all, because I was in some of the live, so some of the premiere, so I saw you guys in the comments, and a lot of you were saying like you really connected with her, and I just would love if y'all would go and tell her how much y'all love the interview and how much y'all enjoyed her and how much y'all connected with her, because I think it's
Absolutely.
important that she knows that her honesty, really
Is
transcended in a
appreciated.
way,
Yeah.
and it's very appreciative. Like, we are very appreciative of the honesty that she gave us in this interview, because people normally don't want to open up and they don't want to be honest, and she was. And I think that it really, I feel like for us, we felt so good after the interview, and like, the
Absolutely.
next day after, like, you were just feeling all good and shit from even exchanging energy with her. So y'all go and show Robin some love on Instagram and let her know that y'all really enjoyed the interview.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
let her
I
know.
enjoyed the interview. I felt like it was having a conversation with somebody you had already known. She felt seen.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the scene. We talked about some real stuff. So if y'all ain't seen the interview, go ahead and check that out. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was good. It
It
was a
was.
vibe.
It
I
gave
enjoyed
a
it from the
whole lot.
bed. I was like, okay. See a little stuff on the inside.
Listen.
It was good.
Her
Thank you
Instagram
guys.
is I think it's
Robin
Robin
Sales
Sells
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
spelled how that sounds. Robin,
Yeah.
Robin
Sales
Sells.
SEL. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Atlanta.
Thank you guys so much. So much.
Yes. It felt really good.
Pure.
Uh-oh.
Pure. Yes, it was. It
Yes. I love the
definitely was pure.
authenticity. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're glad you guys enjoyed it. Thank you. Thank you. So let's go ahead and get more into the show, because Robin did have that sit down with Crystal, even though it seemed like she didn't really want to have that sit down with Crystal at Kiana's event. But
Mm-hmm.
they had the conversation, and it seems like Crystal was expecting an apology from Robin that Robin was not willing to necessarily give her, because she felt that she was owed an apology. I think they both could have apologized for any, contribution that they gave to that moment. What are you ladies' thoughts about the sit down with Robin and Crystal? Do you think that she should have
Did you say you
apologized?
think they both could have apologized?
Yeah, I think they both could have like apologized to each other.
I
I
think
don't
they
know.
I
I
could
do.
didn't
have.
think so.
When it comes to
I was
the
against
tap,
it.
I'm like, yeah, she could have apologized for that. Y'all don't think so?
She could have. She could have, but honestly, I've seen enough for there to be no further conversation. Like that's the only reason why I feel like technically, yeah, they both could have apologized, but for me, shoot, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. That was enough for me to be like, no, I didn't even want them having any discussion, and for them to, kiss and make up like they always do. I was like, I
But
guess.
I just felt
I
like she
think
gave
Robin
an
was over it.
apology to
You can
Kira
tell.
over Instagram. It's like, what you
Yeah.
apologize about Instagram though? So I feel like if you could have did
You know what
that,
I
you
think
could
it
have just been
is?
like, my
Because
bad,
I
it
girl, you
think
shows she
snapped
just
me.
wanted to be right.
I think because Kristen and
Mm.
Robin have more of a background history with each other, they
Mm-hmm.
both felt like, well, because I know you, you should know that I'm upset, so you owe me the apology. But I feel like Crystal came off like, well, you were wrong. And because you were wrong and I'm right, you should have been came to me. You should not have
True.
blocked me. And I think that's the reason Robin was like, girl, okay, whatever. Because she was over the whole situation. I still feel like Kristen was more wrong because of the initial situation at the little get together, whatever. But I'm like, you can't
Mm-hmm.
come here like, well, you should be happy to see me. Where's my apology? It's like, no, take your own fault first, which could have
Mm-hmm.
then made Robin feel like, okay, because she's acknowledging what she did wrong, let me say, okay, maybe I shouldn't have you. Okay, maybe I should have, called you or not blocked you. But because Crystal came off like you should be happy I'm talking to you, Robin was like, well, bitch, I don't care. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
She
So I
kept
think
trying
Robin
to
was just over it.
gaslight.
Yeah.
She kept trying to gaslight too. She kept trying to act like the status of the friendship was in Robin's hands. And if Robin didn't want to continue the conversation, they would be done because Robin said that. She kept trying to make her feel bad and make it seem like other people added to the commotion. You were the commotion, Crystal.
And
I don't like Crystal because her name is spelled. I don't like that she spelled it
not because of
differently.
not the name.
Yeah.
Girl.
I feel like
Hilarious.
Crystal should have apologized to Robin for sure. And I do feel like Jami feels, yeah, she could have apologized for the hand situation. But at the same time, if you don't want to apologize because you're not sorry, don't apologize. And I feel like the whole conversation was Crystal gaslighting Robin. Like, you really gonna sit up here and say, can we talk about me for a second? For a second, Rob? For a second. And then when she says, okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. You want to keep being the victim in the moment instead of saying what you have to say because you know you don't have shit to say. And then talking about, oh, and you're being nicer, or you're caring more about people who you got into it with. And it's like, no, she didn't get into it with Tiffany or Tiana. She's not more forgiving of Kira or Kiana than she is of you. And the truth of the matter is you're deflecting because this is what you did. Okay. She lied on Robin multiple times to multiple different people, to her therapist,
I didn't know Kiana
to her
was
daddy.
with that. Then you
like
gonna
you
lie,
knew,
like you and Kiana didn't plot in the kitchen.
Come on now.
Help me.
Come on now. Y'all had a whole conversation.
Be honest, Kiana. Be honest, Bondy.
Okay, be honest.
I didn't know that she said it in the movie. No, you knew. You already knew. It was on camera. You know you're on camera, right?
A whole
when you on camera, know you on camera. Whatever you say, we'll play. And so I'm like, girl, I made my beat.
Look, what was y'all thoughts on Crystal actually talking to Robin, trying to convince her to come to the poly party? I was sitting up here like, Robin, you better not even try to agree to some mess like that. And I feel like Robin told her the same thing Kira was saying. Like, girl, that's not what you want. Why would you go and do that?
If you need someone to come with you for you to go, you don't want to go. Because if my thing is I like this man enough to where I want to be with him, then I'm going to go and not care what anybody else say. She's still looking for someone to validate her wanting to fuck that man who's fucking that lady who's fucking that man. And because no one is giving her that, she's going to go from person to person to see who will say, I'll go with you. It's okay to fuck that man who fucking that lady who fucking that man who's also fucking that lady. Because I'm sure the husband fucking somebody else too, who fucking somebody else too. And she looks stupid.
Bondy, let me go before you because you got that microphone. I know I ain't gonna be able to follow whatever you're gonna say. It wasn't gonna be long,
but go ahead.
No, whatever you're gonna say, I ain't gonna be able to follow. So I'm gonna let you have the last. Let you have the last note. So, okay, y'all tell me. I get this vibe from Crystal. I feel like Crystal is trying to bring somebody to the poly party who she think is worth something, like sexually, so it could be a trade-off. Like, here, I've brought someone who looks good to the party so she can get more clout for being in the mix. And I feel like that's why she intentionally asked Kira first, and that's why she asked Robin next, because if it turned into something, she want to bring somebody who men would be impressed by. Like, oh, thanks for bringing her and adding her to the mix.
I'm going to give Crystal a little defense here. I'm going to give her a little defense. All the other ladies of the cast are married. No, girl, that ain't no good one, because, girl, this a poly party. Let me scoot back. I'm gonna scoot back.
That lady married too. That lady, the man she want to fuck, who he fucking got a husband. So it's somebody who's already married and it's in there.
So I tried to defend her and realized I couldn't.
You tried and failed, but we love you anyway, honey, because you tried. But we love you.
I noticed that the insinuation that Robin would be more open to this because she's been in several relationships was a passive-aggressive slut shaming. I don't know if you clocked it, but I did. I recognize how meticulous and strategic Crystal is. But like I told y'all in that interview here on Jami ThatsMe's channel, of us with Robin, she's crystal clear to me. And I can see all them insecurities and all of that nervousness all over her. So I don't know whatever anybody else sees, but I see it. And I feel like the fact that you, first of all, rely on Robin to get you dates. She may be beautiful, but she's bad-bodied. You might be upset about it. You might be upset about it, but it's the truth. And you can be pretty and have beautiful hair, but if you ain't got all of that, you might feel insecure. You see these hoes on K. Michelle's Killer Body doing the most.
Absolute most.
Like I said, she feels insecure maybe about that body. And that's why she wants to call on the girls with the body so that they can come through. Because as our girl Necey up here said, okay, if she brings in somebody that looks like Robin, who brings the boys to the yard, as Robin so eloquently put it, then she will get her cool points because she is a male-identified pick-me. And that's why we don't really like her, because we don't like those. We notice them and we don't be liking them. And that's her, the one who's considering being in a poly relationship with a man who, as she said herself, she doesn't mind him sleeping with other women, but he would hate for her to sleep with other men, even though he would marry her. He would marry her at the drop of a hat. Okay, girl. But I'm going to just say you slut shamed your friend in a confessional. I'm done.
That's why I let Bondy go first. Go last.
I'm trying to see how I'm gonna follow that up. Let's talk about the ranch. Okay, do we feel like Kiana was projecting? Because I definitely felt like she was projecting. And when I went back and kind of listened to the interview again with Robin, I'm listening because I wasn't really paying attention, but she was so right. She was having a separate conversation. It was an A and B. So Kiana didn't have to step in that. It was like she was literally standing on the side of Double Dutch, waiting to jump in, just waiting for her moment to pop in and say something to this woman. So I felt like she was projecting.
I was waiting on you to say, see your way out, like we was in middle school. You said it was an A and B, so see your way out.
It was, because it's like you heard them talking. You heard a full-fledged conversation between them two. So you hear her saying, like, Crystal felt Tiffany, So you know who they're talking about. So I think when Robin said, sometimes people who don't have kids don't get whatever, but they're talking about Crystal. So when Kiana got mad, I'm like, but they're not talking about you per se, even though you are a person who don't have kids. It's still like, but read the room. We talking about somebody, and even though you give your opinion on how it made you feel, you can't make it seem as if she was speaking about you, and particularly so. Now let me and you argue. But I also feel like she was also doing that to try to defend Crystal, because I was mad, and as a no. You wanted to sing, and Robin thing was, but I was talking about Crystal. It's not about you. It's not always about you. But Kiana,
Robin even changed what she said. She was like, some people. She changed what she said and said some people. And Kiana still wanted to argue. And like I said, that brought me back to the first, argument they had. It doesn't matter what she says. You want to have a problem with her. So you're going to have a problem.
I also felt like she was trying to keep that same energy for Crystal, because she had to go there and represent the haters. And she had to hold true to the shit that she probably had talked in private. So she probably was waiting for a moment, as y'all said, to jump in and keep that same energy. So when the girls played it back, they would think she was a real one for keeping the same negative ass energy. And I think that's what happened.
It was a dumb point to fuss about. Because this is the thing. What Robin said, there's truth to it. There are some people who do not have children, who don't get the sacrifices parents have to make just in life. That doesn't mean that you not having children means I'm better than you, or my life is harder than yours. It just means there are things about my life that you don't know because you haven't experienced what I've experienced. And I think people in general have to get, sometimes a comment is not a diss to somebody else. It's just that group of people's fact. I don't know how it feels to have an 18-year-old son, you know what I'm saying, going to college. So now I'm pissed because my kid gone away. Yeah, he's safe. So there's things that parents go through that we as people who do not have our own kids don't get. So I felt like if Kiana was more of a grown woman who wanted kids in real life, she would have got, you know what, there are some things I don't know because I ain't went through it yet. I may want to, but I haven't yet. But no, you want to fuss about somebody else's factual thing, you know, but that's what Kiana do.
Even when she was arguing, talking about it's like they're special, and I'm like, well, they are special, Kiana. Like
they damn near dad give him birth.
Hello, like that does make you special to almost die to bring life into this world. And I said specifically for, I think, mothers, and I'm talking about good mothers, not you crackheads that just push out babies because y'all got fucked one night when y'all was high. Like, no, I'm just saying some of y'all shouldn't be moms and y'all know it. Because y'all don't like y'all kids. Y'all don't, I'm just sorry. But the people that love their kids and pour into their kids and make sacrifices in a real way for their children, no, that is not something that everybody can understand. That's not even something that every parent can understand. Because I feel like, child, the way I seen some people raise their children when I was coming up, child, y'all, them children was 7, 8 years old walking around the street like they was grown. And I'm just sitting up here trying to understand how and why and for what. I'm just saying. See, we know Jami love her son. We know Jami love her son, okay? Listen.
You're on mute, Jami.
There's no confusion. Jami. And when Jami say something, when Jami say something about her son, I know that I don't know nothing about that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know nothing about that. And I want kids.
Every time.
But I don't know nothing about that.
Every time I say something about parents or kids in my video, I'll be like, I don't have no kids, but like, let me tell you this. I understand it's the difference, but from my point of view, so yeah, no, it does make you different. And she absolutely was triggered. I think it was a combination of being triggered and wanting to put the team on her back by antagonizing Robin yet again.
They look stupid. They look stupid.
So
let me see.
Do we think
that
she was lying?
Nope.
Wrong road.
We can't speculate.
We would not go to the We is not going to the bottom today, Bondy. We not going down.
I will not come off my cherry.
We staying right here.
Tomato.
I'm gonna just say I think it's I'm gonna just say that I think it's an option. I'm gonna just say it like that. I think it might.
My cherry.
I think if it's A, B, and C, and D might be all of the above. I don't know, but I'm just I don't know if it's making sense to anybody but myself right now. But I'm just saying it's definitely a Cree moment of projecting.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have that day either.
Bitch, start coming to work, okay?
I'm trying. I be so mad, like this, so sad without me. I was gonna live.
I know, but we need for you to be at full health and shit, like, you know, because it's not fun when you be, you know, not feeling that good, because we be worried, you know, we be like, damn, is Jay Lee okay?
For sure. Absolutely.
And we don't want to be like that. We want to be like that bitch is all right, you know.
That's because they love me. They be like, what you doing? I'm like, in the bed, I'm for the call, y'all all the time. First of all, so this is the thing, you know, backstage moment. So backstage moment. Story time. So the day of the interview, I'm like, what time? I'm gonna be there. I had my lab earlier, and my body said, bitch, no. So I was fuck. They pushed my lab to the next day. I'm like, yo, I can't make it to the thing. So I was watching like from the bed for real. So when it was over, and it love in the comments. So it was over, I popped in, you know, to talk to the girls. That was like, bitch, you couldn't come to work. You can't come talk.
But you can come in. You can come in after. Okay.
Yeah, literally. I mean, as soon as it went off, Jay Lee was like, "Boop!" I was like, "Oh, okay."
She came in like a manager.
And then she had energy. Okay. I was mad. I was like, "Bitch, why you got energy?" I'm expecting you to be like,
"Yeah." Well, because I've been laying down. I've been laying down for 2 hours.
Ladies,
you was laying down, but
she lined up.
The camera wasn't even on. The camera was at the ceiling. Blue light in the background. Bitch at full energy. So next time, okay, but we know you want to come back to work. We're gonna be here.
Yeah, but I be like,
Your seat is empty. Your seat is warm.
In.
We ain't
I
even
wanna
had
be
people.
there.
You see, we ain't have no 4 people on here. We ain't even, you know, hustling people. No.
Yeah, we
We
don't do
tried.
that.
No.
We tried it
No.
one time and we said,
We be saying no.
What we try?
Yo,
What we try?
Not bringing on a guest
Mexican.
host.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
because we, you know, we have our vibe, and you know, you can't you can't add, you see, like, you can't add shit sometimes because you just don't want to toss.
All right, so respectfully, I've been drinking. So
We
you know,
see.
this is
Lord.
all me. I want y'all to know this is all me right now. This is nobody else. This is all me right now. So if you feeling a way, direct it towards me. Listen, I figured out today that I could take it. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we good. We Gucci. This ain't this ain't for everybody.
It's not.
This not something everybody can do at this level. Whether y'all, you know, whether people paying attention or not, whether Fox Soul seeing what we on or not. At the end of the day, we know what we doing over here.
And some Fox shows don't get as much play as we get.
You said
we
what,
better than
Jami?
we better than some Fox Soul shows.
Okay, as we switch over
From there, I think Jami, I think that's next segment.